things and go back and let's run into the plan. Okay, so ready? Alright, cool. Okay, get underneath the head. Underneath the head.
Widen out those knees. Sink your butt back.
Okay, ready, set, go. Now obviously you're holding, but you're also trying to win, right? I want you guys taking notes here. What's good in the bottom? We're mainly talking about the bottom now, right? So if somebody's just holding, that's a lot better right there. You should try to advance position. You should try to go for submissions. You should try to get to the back, whatever you feel.
You don't have to stand inside control prison on top. You can pass it and find it open.
Okay, great. Good. So as soon as the legs come back in, I'm going to test you against multiple people. Time. Good. Switch out, stay. Come on in. I'm going to push you against 3 different people, so you stand down. Do well. Ready, set, control. Ready, set, go. Where's that knee? Where's that knee? Where's that knee?
Bottom man. Give your knee up. Lock that mount, bottom man.
Don't get mounted. Like the elbow inside there, good. Nice inside hands here, that's good. Good. Stand beneath that chin, helpful, good. Now we're going after the arm, that's okay. Inside hands is good, switch the sides, don't get that arm trapped, that's a good trap right there. Leg, get that arm back and I'll call. Get that arm back out, trap the arm the bottom.
Yep, get your guard back.
You got it. Inside hands,
All that bottom moving through. Get your guard. Don't let go of those legs.
Go back in half, right? You want more? Let's go. Back up the shoulders. And spin around so everybody else can see you. Alright. Ready, set, go. So far on that side, that's okay, good, got it. Nice frame.
Nice. Keep that elbow right in his trachea. Right in his abdomen.
Should be open. Okay, great. We're mainly talking about bottom side control. So I know I put the weight for free in front of everybody. That's really good. Okay, let's talk about how to get better as we went along, and then kind of just got moving to get from there at the end. What did he miss at the end? What about that knee? I want to keep that knee connected at all times. Right? So if you don't have your outside leg as some sort of, I think the person on top of you. I said help person. All right. You're bad. Because you're going to get the back take class. So, first thing everybody needs to have is not just this. It's not on the hip flexors and so on and so forth. Here, look, this is always what you should have. I'll even weasel it in here a little bit because it's already keeping my shoulders slightly off the ground, and it's also creating space right here. This has to be a must. Then the second parts are going to be just kind of working and holding myself here in position. What's the next things I really need to be paying attention to on the pummel? Anybody? Head position for one. So what about it? You guys, who was it?
Mike.
Yes. Ended up almost parallel. And I like the fact that that happened because you had your frame in here like this, and then you started to do this, and he scoots his hips over this way. So you guys are almost parallel, and he thought he was going to get the roll over the top. So I like that it made you move that way. I'm always going to start with the hand here because most people are going to be keeping their head down low, right? So we're going to be here. This especially, I can't just be thinking about getting out and not paying attention to this cross face. This is his best weapon. So if I have all my efforts on the hip, he's gonna take this hand out and probably put it across my throat. Now I'm gonna move the hand on the hip and start coming here, where I should have been in the first place. Once that hand gets on the throat, do you think he's gonna start isolating this arm and making things worse?
Yep.
I think he's gonna. So now I end up with two hands trapped in the outside. So one of the things you'll hear me say as a coach all the time is inside hands. Inside hands, I need inside hands. Inside hands is gonna be anything here, like inside hands. I'm only gonna do this. Why? I stay here like this. What's your next move? Inside hand. Has he gotten to my hands yet?
No.
How much did he have to move to try to find a spot where he can go back after an arm? I keep my head in the ground, so is he going after the head? No. If it's a striking thing, if he tries to strike, he's going to have to bring that arm back. I've got the inside control, so I'm always going to go back to some sort of look, some bicep control here like this, or now we're going to see, we'll start making that move and start working our way back up. Sorry. I knew you were going to step a little. So does this make sense? I'm trying to get everybody to go, oh, all right, I'm in bottom side control. Not, oh shit, I need to get out of here. Right? But we need to pay attention to what that person in the top needs to do, and we need to take away their best weapons. Best weapon for the person on top is the same one it is for passing. If he's passing to the side, it's going to be this outside hand right here. So if he's willing to take a crossface and I have to take it, I'm going to be starting and then getting myself in position like this. Now, if you notice, I'm also holding on to it. Why? This is going to make him have to pull and move, and maybe I can stay attached. Here's the other thing I really want you to pay attention to. Do people normally walk towards my legs or try to walk over my head if things aren't working? They go north-south, right?
Yep.
They're going to go around this way. Yeah, look at, what didn't I do?
Take your hands from the inside.
Yeah, look at this arm just kind of stay here. Do I want his head to go to my hip?
No.
No. That's exactly what he wants. So instead of me going, oh no, he's going to the north-south control position, let me just try to get out with this and that, right? I feel it opening, I think I need to turn, it's going to be hollow. He might actually come right through here and hit me with the door strip instead he went to back. So, what should I pay attention to? I would love his head to be too close to me, right? Why? Because eventually he might pick it up. So if I'm here, here, and here, right? If he tries to pull this arm out and do damage, I'm staying on this. I'm going to stay on this. Look, I'm even using my head to stay on it. Then the next thing I'm going to start to do is start to bring his head up here like this. You see I'm blocking with the knee. What's your next move? That's awesome. Now I get my inside frame and I get my inside hands. Look how I'm already connected. I didn't even try to leave yet though, right? Because I can still go like this and keep this in, and then look, it's hands, hands, hands. I move my head away, and now I'm able to get my feet back in. Not sit there and struggle and just try to keep getting the legs back in. So my concept here for the bottom side control is to really try to slow down the movements to what the person on top wants to do. If they're going to start out, and I didn't give you guys any parameters, so if I said, hey, hold him there, hold him there, I mean, that's fine, but if we were on the street, nobody's getting hurt, we're just going to hug it out. Like, okay, I might talk shit if I want you to move or knee me in the body or do something that's going to get you to move, but if nobody's getting hurt there, we're not really fighting. If the person holding on to you just wants you to struggle and use all of your energy to try to get out from a position where you're not getting hurt, don't take the fight.
Relax.
Don't bait. Don't take the bait. That's what they want you to do. And then guess what happens when you get more tired? You give up the farm. You give up everything that you didn't want to give up because you made a bad intellectual choice when you were fighting. When they get this top control position, they're just holding on. Set up your parameters, which means I take this knee, I put it on the body, but it's also supported with this. Does everybody see how I throw my foot into position over here and I stay up on my toe? This is already getting me to be on this angle and not this angle. And every time you lose it, I should be able to go back and find it, right? And then still just keep a little bit of this hip off the ground and keep this shoulder off the ground. And it really makes it so I can use this also to bump if I need. He's always going to worry about this because he knows I'm trying to put it back in. So he's now going to have to change his game on top accordingly. What I want you to play around with is holding the person down, controlling the head, controlling the arm. And then the person's job on top is going to be try to win, try to advance your position, try to do whatever you're going to be doing. Okay? When they pick their head up, which they eventually will because they're going to fight, you know they're going to do it, what do I want?
Arms inside.
I want frame. I want inside hands. Right? So what we were just doing right here. Everybody's gonna start here like this, and I'll just dead look, not this, hook, hang, and I'm gonna hold on to it, and I can look, I'll weasel my foot in here, I've got my elbow on the inside, and then we go ready, set, go. Right? And he tries to move his way out, and then look, I feel it happening right there. All I did was switch my elbow back around the front. Does everybody see how I brought my elbows in nice and close? Now, he's gonna settle his weight, which he's already starting to do. So with this knee, if you want to, I would love to load my my frames. Right? So from here, I'm gonna probably go like this, and now look. Now I've got elbow frames, and I work my knee frame in here. Do I hurry up and try to do anything?
No.
No, I mean, my next move is probably gonna be make sure he doesn't get the crossface back. This one, yeah. This is the most important thing. And then I keep it close, and I'm not really in a hurry, because everything he's gonna do from here is gonna help me shrimp. Unless he backs out, and then I'll just get my guard back. If I'm him, I might actually back out, stand up, and then step back in instead of fighting from that spot. Because for me as the passer, I already know I'm kind of losing the position, and my best bet is going to be actually a step back and come back to try to start to make the pass happen. Anything before that, I might be running into a trap. Does this make sense? You ready to see it again? I want you to do the ball. So outside hand, I'm going to hook and hold that head. I'm also going to keep moving the head up closer to my head so that person feels uncomfortable. When they lift their head up, I'm coming inside. We get our one frame, and our other frame is, look, it's close to the elbow here like this. I'll do it from this side so you can see. Okay, wrong side. Flip over. This one here, this. Look at hand. I'll even keep my hand on it like this. Right? I'm going to hold on here, I'm going to hold on here. I'm going to keep trying. See how he's way up towards my chest now? And then I wait. I'm going fishing. And he's way too good with this control on top for me to just go, hey, I'm going to get out now. So I give him the next move. Awesome. And I work my way inside elbow. I still have his arm right here. No matter what, you see the arm? I'm putting everything on that now. Why? Because I got the inside hand. And I've got this knee on the body. So now I'm going to let him struggle. He's going to keep going and doing that. Yeah. I get on the inside first. I didn't get my arm back though. So I work my way back out.
So you're not sure that's what you're trying to hang on and get frame on.
Yeah, and what's going to happen is when people feel like they don't have choices, they move the body.
Yeah.
And that's what I want them to do, and they end up leaving the arm behind. I can't move this arm very well, and I know you want me to pull it out. So then they'll start moving the hip, but that didn't work out, right? Because the arm stayed in the same spot, and I just use it to walk my way back out. Did I?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I hate this.
I was telling Sammy that. I was like, take this thing and I'm rolling. I just couldn't do anything. I was so upset.
I usually try to practice stuff because that weekend you're like, well, what's on this guy?
I was like, damn, I'm so upset. Sandy actually, she's got a really good.
She does.
I was like, cool.
Really good.
She gave me a free neck adjustment.
Yeah, and your boyfriend. Okay.
Shout out to Sandy.
Any questions on this? Can we grab a partner of all different ranks? Like if you're white belts, don't you worry about belts and pick another person, purple belt, brown belt, black belt, whatever, and just get some different feels, especially the upper ranks are gonna help you get through this a little bit better and be like, ooh, I just picked my head up there. Beyond that, like get that frame back in front right there. This is all programmed. Okay, I'm programmed. I'm not teaching you moves. I'm not saying, oh, yeah, honestly, there is no move that gets you out of bad positions. You can do a move that might get you to a quick submission sometimes, but in the long scheme of things, there's no move that gets you out of bottom side control to the back. It's a technique based on what you're doing. Okay, so I want everybody to kind of lab work these things a little bit. Person on top, I want you to give about 40-50%. Right, of just I'm trying to win, I'm trying to do this. What would you normally do from those spots? And I want the person in the bottom to try to control them. And then wait to find your opening. You notice I didn't scramble, I didn't belly, I didn't rush in for a single. I'm waiting to do all of the things that I'd like to do in a combat situation, which is not take my eyes off my opponent if I can help it. Right? The second I belly and I go for a single, I better be in trouble because I'm taking my eyes off my opponent to go after legs and wrestle, and I better win. Right? Because if not, you're not looking. When it comes to punches and everything else, that's not obviously the best thing. Right? And get your eyes to not see what your opponent's doing, and then that time where you refocus is usually where you get hit. So Let's spend some time to work on this. Do you want to? Yeah.
I only got one at me. I gotta get back to work.
All right. Work.
Do you have any contact with CPS? They sent me. Is there any promotions? Have they been advertised? Did they put anything on social media?
I saw like the commercials that they put out and they boosted or you
Now it's in the way. No, that's fine. Just wait out. You know, but that's why you get it. There and then get that other one. Yeah, like that. Strip off to the side. Look at that. Look at that. That's the one that's going to grab my face. That's the one that's going to punch and pass. That's the one that's going to reach over the top and grab your head. That's the one that's going to grab your collar. Everywhere. That outside hand is going to be everything. So for me, I try to measure my everything all the way from side control all the way into the side control position. And I'm going to get my side out the side. As soon as that hand comes free, I want to be on the inside. Which is why I like inside hands. Because now that hand is out here, and then when they turn their shoulders and fix that, coming right away, I might take them. Thanks for coming in. Hey, I hope you get out of time with this traffic.
Really, you wanna?
I'm your move brilliant. They love that. Does that make sense? So from the pass, and if I lose in the pass, okay, they get side control. My objective is inside hands, there's that wrist, here it comes, right there, I'm going to get that wrist. Or I'm going to move it here and I get the wrist. As soon as I get it, I move it on the inside. If I keep it on the outside, they usually take their knee. Try to get it out, and now you're coach, you suck. Now they're on top. They're on past this one. Like this. There's no leg on that table on that side. A huge part of my life. No. Yeah, I was like, let him pass your legs. You're like, what? And he gets there and you're like, oh, you're not really attached. Great. And your head is high and your shoulders are turned. Like, really easy for you to just go, yeah, I got my legs back. Now you're going to get people frustrated with that. You're going to start losing. You're a long ass legs, you're probably trying every single time. Bro, triangle one, let's go. Doris chokes, like all these arm chokes, like, this is going to be your winner. I'm going to turn you into absolute choke your shit. Right? But like, I don't want it to just be hard work in these sports, right? I want you to go, I want you to trick this guy in. Right there. This is where I set my triangle. It's all about the journey. In the beginning, it's like, I want. And and then it turns into this. I don't care what you
Okay, talk about it.
I know it's like I get this. Look at their head here, I get this. Like, this is the strategy that I want to do. I think that's the number one reason that you this one that makes it when you go to school and get coaches and coach practice. Somebody, but strategy what makes you relax? I'm fucking playing. I'm not. I just need to get out of here. Oh my god, this person is heavy. Like that's the beginning. I get it. Everybody feels that. That's why they come like that, right? But then when you go, all right, I'm not playing. This person feels like heavy. I'm gonna give you this one. All right, I'm gonna bring them up. Okay, now this is it. But this is gonna be in my head the whole time. I'm in the next position. And a lot of it is done blind because they're there. The more you can make them score, the more you can down. No, man, they might be coming off and have different guard back here. Oh, what's up? Right now, I'm dragging you to get on top. Oh, now you're on the bottom. Right, so you can burn people out of this position. Taking away what makes them strong. In the beginning of jiu-jitsu, everybody does this to try to stop the guard and then just push it. That makes sense, right? I'm going to stop the body from going through, so let me stop the body. And then they do whatever they want with their hands. And they're like, yeah, I know. Because you're reaching your arms out and going after the body, and they got to get
No, I was going like this at first.
like this. Oh, yeah. Right? So then you realize yeah. Even if I'm going to do that, yeah, let it go and then just come back inside. That's cool. Yeah, because look how close his head is. Alright, now ready to go. Just wait. If he does nothing, I don't want you to do it. Yeah, watch that knee. Yeah, right there. Good. Now the head's high. Good. Hand inside the chin. Very nice. Get the wrist up. Always get the wrist. Look at it. First thing he reached for when he almost lost the position. Right?
Yep, so you're inside the
But did you notice that's your instinct too? Oh shit! Oh look, give me my strong hand back into the reach. So over it. Well, not that I just took the leg for you. He could have not grabbed his strong anywhere.
Or you guys can do I like to
Or I do everything, right?
I tell that
Ready, set, go. I'm gonna put my hands on you. No matter what. That should tell you what the emotions is going for my grappling game. And for you to go, let me try to stop the body. I'm going right after the hands. The hands just hands very strong. The hands so your hands and hands are. I keep going after you. As long as I don't reach out together and let it come to me.
I would go.
So what I would do is I had to figure out a way to like this, but not be able to grapple. And I didn't want to stop grappling, so I have to wrap it up past it. And I would be here like this, and I need to figure out what this hand needs to do. And I just start to find ways to stay training. This, that, so much fun. I remember Spicer saying to me, there's no real hand. Alex, how you guys doing on there, buddy?
Doing good.
You guys good? You did great in the so you understand how to get your inside hand. The only thing you missed was the knee on the body. But
I've definitely been around and practice for at least like 2 or 3 times. I really should go, but I think it's not. I need the sound. I gotta be honest, I didn't know these hotels. I sold my data, just like, and then you expect what it's
He almost has to back out to do it. Right. I was probably just got back now, and now back. I messed up. You can. You can, or you can bring it. I like you, but like, if you have that much space, I can bring your hand. If I have your hand. You talk about when we were like this and I had his hand between his legs like this. So like right here I already got my hand covered. Yeah. So now I could start coming in here and start going like I love that. But if I go here, because you can bring your knee on, you can really sit right on my arm with your knee like that. Now right? So then that's when if I'm out here, if I happen to get out here by accident, you start coming up, you know, I'm like this. But yeah, just try and control. You gotta control the cross face, and then you gotta try and get this arm under. If you're on the outside, then you bring their head up to close to your head as you can. Some people will really have a hard head, and then like they get really strong cracked shoulders, and you can't move their head. Just wait. There's nothing. You're not in any danger there.
now he's learned this.
Well, you can just do that when you get grabbed. Like you can. You go ahead. Doesn't matter. Push me that way. So that's the kind of stuff that you're looking for. I did it to you earlier. And then I bet one of the shoulder and I pull inside.
And it's easier. But even that, you know what I mean? They're comfortable like that. Oh yeah, well then, but then it's
So say it's but it's not for me. I don't want to talk to anybody else. By the time I think of certain things, grab the wrist. By the time my head goes, okay, grab the wrist. I'm going to move to it. I feel like what happens is you can do it, you know. For me personally, I don't want real right? It is all the time. Like, I used to stop it. I should do that. I have to learn to break that. But there are some things that you really want to look at. You become automatic after a while. But you want to drill it, so you don't have to think about it. It's just like driving a car. You don't have to think about put it in the gear and brake when you're going to
All right, Jake, great. Let's do some of this live now. All right, so now what I'm going to do, so everybody else can get a good idea of how this stuff works live. Start on it. We'll go over there. All right, who wants to go first, guys? Great, it needs to be up. Fantastic. Sure.
Yeah, I want to talk about that.
Hey, you might know these two guys from class.
Because
Let's see how we did.
better at bottom than top. Your power bottom? No, I'm just better.
I'm just better. He knows why.
Okay, listen, I don't want any hurry. There's no, you have to show me how fast you can get out. I want to see how easy you can get. Ready, set, go. Yeah, I don't believe you. I missed that one. Nice and simple back though. Look at inside hands, right? Look at inside hands here. Legs back in. And get the sweep. On.
No, I wasn't a full sweep back. I was
I'm gonna
just ready that
But wait, real quick. Was it easy because Dion let him out? No. There was tons of little movements in there that Dion felt where he was like, oh shit, hold on a second, I'm gonna readjust this. All right, I got this back. Oh man, he moved the body. Oh. And it's just Dion had him at the beginning. You forgot to put the knee on your body and he was like, I'm going knee on belly. And then you use that as a way to get your inside hands back.
I should have posted my hand onto his other hip so he couldn't.
Yeah, so if we were grappling, the next time you get to that position, you already go with you. So we're gonna flip top bottom. Can you guys see over there? You guys turn in front of the wall just so we can see. Turn towards the wall. Yeah, I want everybody to be able to see the little. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Set, go. Yeah, buddy. There we go. Good. So you see how deep his arm is right here for the crossface, right? And he's trying to put a lot of pressure on that. You see how Dion took his hand off and went to the hip? This is going to relieve some of the crossface pressure, but he has so much crossface pressure that Dion can tell when he's going to take it out, so he's not too worried about like holding on to it all the time. That's why he switched that hand out. Head stays
Fucking elbow,
closed.
Dion.
Yeah, look at Now he's chasing the hip. Dion's got him on the chase. Nice. Bump. Inside legs. Gets the look.
Like walk in.
And he walks.
I felt it. Well done.
Alright, Damani on the bottom and he's on top.
Yeah.
You guys seeing how this works though? The patience of it, like
Good job.
the good part about it, like the top part, I never said don't try to like submit them, don't try to beat them, don't try to mount. Like they can do whatever they want, but because there's so much tension on their game coming from the bottom that a lot of things are blocked. When they move to create space, that's where the bottom person is also creating space.
Yeah, the elbow knees take the pressure off of.
And when you feel the pressure come off, you immediately went back to grab it. Which is why I talked through that, because I do the same thing. If somebody's putting everything into the cross space, I know they're not pulling that arm off.
Yeah.
Right? So now I'm going to take pressure off the cross space by blocking the hip. The closer the hip goes to back up that cross space, the worse it is, right? So I'm going to use the gooseneck here on the hip just to try to take some pressure off. When I feel like they're going to move, I'm going to go back and I keep my elbow pretty close to that same spot and grab. So we're going to get Damani here in this spot. And we're gonna go ready, set, go. He stays up on the body. Here we go. We'll just wait. We can wait this one out. See what happens. Nice. Now he's almost, if you notice, he's getting close to parallel in this position, which is what Damani wants at the bottom. He keeps stepping with that leg to make him have to keep moving his foot, which I do like. He can bring his head up close. Alright, so we've got one outside and one inside hand, and he's blocking the head down.
Oh, fucking God!
It's okay, I understand. I got short legs too.
I was gonna say, or
Out the back,
I
though.
say to the guy who tried to fucking choke me, he walks through.
And very nice. So did everybody see how he switched?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, it wasn't that bad. You're good. It sounded bad.
So that's one of the things that I was talking about earlier was if we end up pushing the head down and they start working their way back in, to switch to the other hand as an under push, you're going to get your output on the other way. Everybody see how Damani switched that there? Were the blocks the same? The blocks the same, right? And then he had a strong cross face on it. He kept pulling the head up, and he started thinking, well, if he moves his head down that way, we're going to force it. What happened when he forced the head down? Where did the hips go? They're up the other way. So you should already know that when I push the head down towards my hips, if he's sitting on this hip here, he's now going to switch and start coming up high, which that's where he made his other hand switch, and he was able to make the turn and come out the back. I'm trying to over-explain these as they happen so you can see the different scenarios and start to expect some of these things when you're making the change. Not like, you're going to do this in the beginning. You're going to be like, I started, come on, switch the hand on the inside. I'm going to try to switch the hand on the inside. Yeah, do it. And if you get caught in something, that's fine. Come back and ask somebody here. But you know to self, like, I saw him do it. I'm going to try to see what happens. Like, throw shit at the wall, see mistakes. This is the only way you learn. Actually, you know the only way that you learn? You get tapped. And then you go, all right, well, I don't do that. And then you go back and try it again. And it works a little bit better. And that's how you get better. If you spend your entire game trying not to lose, you will only get so good at this sport. If you do that in training partners, you're going to let it go. You're going to just let it go. Okay, let's look top off. All right, ready, set, go. Set outside hand, bro. He's laying the hip down and he's trying to work that knee underneath. I like that. He's getting underneath his elbow too. I just don't like it.
Maybe rationally grip on his head.
Nice. I think it's time. Let's do his quick double elbow frame on the inside. And he's stopping the step over the head. So his head's low, but he's stopping the step over the head. And he's now also maintaining the fact that this hand doesn't come up. Think about that in any other kind of situation. MMA or even jiu-jitsu, right? He's going to grab that collar. This hand is super important. Now he's going to get inside the hand, get inside the hand, get inside the hand.
position, the big thing there was beyond this thing was big hip position. Really quick. Actually, yeah, this next one makes sense. So when I started coming in here and I started lifting him on his head, he turns his hips in right here. So not completely in, but just subtle enough so that I can't make this knee and elbow connection. Okay? So earlier Pete was talking about getting your knee and elbow connected. It is literally the most important thing when you're in bottom position. If I had a little bit of room with your hips up and these two are connected, this looks a lot different now, doesn't it? So now once Daimani starts going around, starting to find submissions, do whatever you can do, I can peek out and find something. So just, if you're in bottom position, just remember that the whole goal is getting here, most of the time, okay? Obviously there's exceptions to the rule, but once you can keep that, don't let your opponent back into the space. And from the top position, if you're somebody who has this open on somebody, don't let the bottom player get this connection the entire time, keep it separate. So the way that I do it here, on the way down. And Pete showed you this. Sometimes I'll take a body lock grip here, sprawl out, hip to hip. You can do what Daimani did. Come in here, hip to hip, keeping everything tight. And sometimes walking back towards the legs helps too. Anything to keep this elbow and that knee separate. Just throwing that out there.
What do you guys have for questions so far? For an Asian expert. Is this making sense? Just giving you some stuff to think about. Like, I'm not like I'll give you techniques to work on from the bottom, like go ahead, grab this, do this here, but like there's not gonna be one move. But I go, oh, use this move, shrimp. So you hear people yell in the corner, like, I hope it's the right time to shrimp. A lot of times the shrimp needs to be created, right? Shrimp? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Not when my arms out here like this. Shrimp isn't gonna solve my problem. Right, just get up. So we're gonna do one more. We're gonna have you two guys come out. I'll get two different variables on that. Thanks, guys.
Oh, don't you need 4 guys out there?
Yeah, sure.
Lefty's not even gonna make fun of me. He's picking up the slack.
Flip sides though, so we can have a quick watch. Alright. AJ's gonna show us what he's doing with the bottom here. Ready, set, go.
Good defense. It's not. On the defense on the head.
Alright, Thomas. Alright, Thomas. So a little risky. I feel as though AJ has some other options there. I don't mind to wrestle up once in a while. I'm not a big fan, especially going into Dion. I think Dion was a split second late because he was shocked that you sat up like, but you have no neck, so.
I was in there, we kept changing the angle. We just kept changing the angle.
I don't know.
That's
I
right, I was
feel
just
like
doing your back
maybe
bridges.
I would do that all the time too. I'm not sure what that feels like. But I think you did everything right, and when that hole was created, you jumped it. Whereas I don't want you to jump it. I wanted you to be like, hey, I'm gonna go for it, and then they go to grab it and get that, and you towel yourself out. Now you can actually just turn the corner and wrestle up without somebody being on your neck.
Like the arm drag scenario that we went to last night. We went to arm drag, I went to re-drag, and just pulled the arm out.
Yeah.
And then I looked stupid. I was like, oh.
Well, I saw you, but I arm dragged him and he was gonna re-drag. And how did I know he was gonna re-drag? When I went for the arm drag, he was like this.
I had the biggest smile on my
Is
face.
he gonna re-drag? But he was like, here, take this. And he was like, go ahead, grab it. I'm gonna re-drag. Okay. Let's do one with Dion from the bottom. Ready, set, go. Last one. Good, yeah. Take your time. Stays in. Good. Okay, striking, no striking. There's no strikes happening here. The arms are still tied up. The leg over the head is actually a decent one, but again, inside hands are really going to help you out in these scenarios, right? Because you have a little bit of that push. Because the
I
hands.
was like, I took that straight arm lock on you. You're like, I got it.
Yeah. It's pretty tight. So why does it look like we just created a disadvantage? Did I never said how this drill needed to go, right? Did I ever put restrictions on the person on top trying not to win? No. Did I so I gave you a really good position. Why did the person in the bottom win every time?
You need to make the other person move on your turns. And your turns as in the person on the bottom. So.
Yeah. How many people felt like they did that before this? Okay, good. This is where I want you to get out of today. You can get out of the bottom as long as you just don't go, oh shit, I need to get out of the bottom. I want you to go, all right, I need to get, or I need to stop. I'm going to get that arm that's behind my head, and I'm going to get the head control, and I'm going to start moving the head up, and I'm going to make sure I keep the knee on the body. And as they're moving, you're going to feel like they want to start to pull away. That's what you want. They're showing you what they want to do, as opposed to you going, all right, you hold me, and I try to get out, ready, set, go. I'm just going to sit there with the crossface on until you burn yourself out or something, and let you burn. Then I'm going to let you turn. You're going to give up your neck. Probably going to choke you or something. Like something. So, any questions on this? Okay. We're going to be doing bad positions, but especially bottom side control all week. I want to make bad positions better. Does this connect your bottom side control to your guard? It should. You should see that you're one tick away all the time. One of the things I can't stress enough is getting some sort of inside position without reaching. Inside hands, or anytime somebody gets a posture, like if I had here, he starts let's say I get to this position, and he starts switching for like a queso. Do you see how right away what I did with this hand?
Right bicep.
This is my most important thing. And then look how close he is to 90. Everybody see how close he is to 90?
Yep.
I just switch hands. Right, because once I make my block here, I'm gonna go like, I don't know what Spider-Man hand or whatever you wanna call it, like this. It's gonna be my push. Right, and I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna hip in, and I'm gonna elbow drag. And I can literally just walk my way back out on top.
I always like taking that leg too. I'm looking under it so I can't trust it.
Oh, instead of elbow dragging?
Well, I'll do flip that, but like, cause sometimes cause you know, obviously like, I don't want to stay here.
Right.
I want to start doing this.
Right.
So before they can do that, I'll put this under and hook the leg, so they can't pull it. They have no fight at all. They can't fight it at
Yeah,
all.
because he wants to try to sit back down.
Yeah.
Or you can under the leg.
Yeah. So I like to add that a little bit, but I do like putting that.
I don't mind that at all. What this is going to do is it's going to buy you a lot of cardio in your jiu-jitsu game, right? So practice this. Maybe you go against people that have a hard time passing your guard. Make it easier for them to pass your guard. But when they get there, maybe you end up in a better spot. Like Dion's passing. Man, he finally gets through. I'm like, I'd rather fall here.
Yeah, his hands are already inside.
Look, I already got inside hands. Why should I be like this and give him chest to chest and an arm on the outside? Like, I don't have to do this. Now he starts going to set up his game. So if I know it's happening, and I can end up here, so go back and go again. Boom. And I ended up here like this, and my knees in the body. I have a scissor lift. But if you feel like, man, this person has way too much pressure on my chest, maybe it's AJ or something, and I'm not able to get my scissor lift up because my arms aren't strong enough, what am I going to use?
Your legs, hips.
Hips. I'm going to go like this first, and then I'm going to use it to connect, and then if he leaves that arm there, I'm probably going to try to take it.
Yes.
Then he's going to pull the arm out, and then I'm going to use it to get my guard down. Is this making sense? Okay. The only way it continues to make more sense, we're going to do it all week. I'll do it in all my classes. However, you have to practice it. You have to get in these positions. I understand you don't want anybody to pass your guard, but sometimes they do. Try to work your way back out when you get here and be pumped. And if you lose, who cares? Go back and think about how you lost, fix it the next time. Questions?
I got one thing. So a while back, you showed us about, you always talk about the X angle on people. when some people are 90 degrees, I end up trying to push them at that X angle instead of this way. I'm going across, and sometimes I lose it because they come back
Oh, you're
into
talking
me.
about on like the half case.
When they're like nine, yeah. So a lot of times
I
I try and get that shoulder push
Yeah.
with the C-clamp or whatever you want to call it into the armpit, and I push them at that 45 degrees for me. But a lot of times they can rebase and they come back in, and I can't jump out fast enough to get it. Is it easier to go that way, or does it just depend on what position they're in? Because you
So-
went to the inside. So if he postures up and you get that position you had,
There's case up, right, he comes here, and I do this.
Right.
Right away, I'm waiting for this.
Right.
Or if I can get here. This is the X you're talking about.
yeah. But a lot of times I push them that way, and I switch my hips, and I go that way.
So the only time I'm going to do that is
Mhm.
if I start pushing here, where's he going to throw? He's going to throw his hand over the top.
Okay.
You're trying to force things to happen.
Right,
What you also
right,
have to notice is if I get that scenario, so I'm always going to set him up this way, right?
Okay.
His way out is going to be like, shit, I'm losing this hand, I've lost the shoulder. He's going to try to do a throw over. I'm going to follow on the throw over, but if I don't follow with the hips, he's going to beat me over the top of the legs, right? So I'm going to be here, I'm going to be pushing the elbow drag and try to get up. He's coming back down, watch the hips. Here, push, and then head high. If I don't get here and get head high, he's stepping over the top of the legs, and guess what I look like? I look like this
Right.
when he comes back around. And now I have to try to get my inside hands back and go against it. Good question, but I think you're forcing the outside one.
Okay.
Let them walk themselves into it.
Yeah. And I think you just elbow drag and work your way out of the first one. Even if they fight, they work back in. All right, good talk today. Even though I did most of the talking. Appreciate you guys being here. I'll see you on Thursday. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is how I created space with you. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
fucking agent as well. So I've always used this as a